Sorry about that. But all the different things you could have as part of inbound marketing. If you have 1,000 pages of inbound marketing content on your website, you're going to have, particularly if you're business to consumer directly, 3,500% more traffic on your website if you have lots of interesting content. So that's driving a lot of organizations to build up a lot of content. I myself have a website that I'm building 1,000 pages of content for, and I won't get into that. A little bit less important apparently for B2B or business to business marketing, but still it is important to have more content even for B2B. This I guess I cut out the slide, but there was a slide that showed blogging specifically. If those that blog, basically, what was it, 3 or 4 times a week on average, I think it's 4 times a week average, would get 1,500% more traffic. So just blogging itself is highly correlated with increased traffic, 1,500%. Video is erupting, like I said, has been erupting in many ways, but especially in content. And it has been shown to be extremely effective. Indeed, 95% of executives say that video is still the most important form of advertising, but only this year has it really erupted, partly because it takes maybe different skills than many companies have had on staff, and they're finally realizing we have to add some people with video skills to our staff. And so video now is taking off. In advertising just this year, I've seen some really big statistics. I'm afraid I did not make a slide of them, but across the board, people are using more video advertising now. But the importance of it has been known. Perhaps it hasn't been understood fully, but there's scientific evidence that has been important always, but just not everybody totally understood why. When you do video advertising, it increases your overall engagement. 65% of the viewers watch more than 3/4 of each video, which is far more engagement than with text. If you're using it on your landing pages or some ways to communicate with your people that come to your website, it greatly increases the conversion rates. At least if it's on your landing page, it increases conversion by 80%. It increases if you have it in email. It is possible to put video in email now, and that increases what they call the click rate. In other words, do you click to go to the web page? Do you click to find out more information? It increases that by 100 to 200%. It increases the effectiveness of surrounding content. So if you have a video, people will also read the text around that video more. And overall, video and social media, even free postings, are increased engagement by 1,000%. So if you're just putting a photo on Facebook as part of your social media marketing, that is kind of old school, and it's not nearly as effective as putting a video, which again is why more and more are using native advertising in the form of video on Facebook and other social media, things like that. Indeed, there was a study done by one expert who he analyzed all the postings or all the page 1 searches, search results, and he figured out a proportion of all the text-based web pages on the internet, and compared that to the number of web pages with video and how often they got on page 1 of Google, and found that a web page with video on it was 5,300% more likely to be on page 1 of a Google search. So just in search engine optimization, video kills. It's very important. Well, we already talked about this. I don't know why I accidentally put it in again. And I guess I actually put some other slides in here. I guess I'll end with that. Or maybe just went back to the start again. Okay, so again, the reason why I wanted to share all of that was to, again, just it's going to have such an impact on everything that happens in our society. It represents a major change of the internet. As I mentioned, in June 2012, there were 550% more videos watched than 1 year earlier in June 2011. That to me was the turning point and what I call the second internet revolution, where a combination of mobile and video started having major impact on the internet. It was caused in part by the growth of mobile, because in the early days, there very few pages were very mobile friendly. Not very many web pages. So what did you do with your internet connection if you had a mobile device? Well, the easiest things to do with a mobile device relating to the internet was watch video. And so that kind of drove it. Plus people, as we've been talking about, have a preference for video anyway. And so in 2012, as people, and since then, as people were getting their mobile devices, and even still, it was only 1 year ago that Google announced that it was making mobile accessibility a major factor in its search engine algorithm. That was 1 year ago. And so, and at that time, as part of my research for this book, I found that most websites were not mobile friendly yet, even among magazines. There was a study of magazines, and most magazines, popular magazines, had not become fully mobile accessible yet. And so that was one reason why Google decided to emphasize it, and partly because for competitive reasons, Yahoo had already started emphasizing it. And so Google realized it was going to lose ground to Yahoo if it did not follow the same path and begin emphasizing mobile, since mobile is becoming increasingly important. Okay, so with that, we're ready for your final exam. Professor Kim has that there, and she will make it accessible to you electronically. Oops. And so you can answer it electronically on your keyboard. Go ahead and highlight the right answer in some way, either with a highlighter, color highlighter, or with bold facing it or underlining it or something as the instructions say. When you're done with that, please also fill out the course evaluation. Let us know how we did so we can do better in the future. And I will stay online here while you're doing it. And you are to send those to my email address. When I see specifically your final exam in my email box, I will note it in the chat. And so, in fact, I will just go ahead and expand the chat. Once I see your final exam, I will write in here that I have your final exam. Okay? So you can go ahead and proceed. If you need to take a break, that's up to Professor Kim. Okay, thank you. I'm going to turn off my video, but I am still here. So I guess let me just say, in case some of you leave, because there's no reason for you to stay around from my perspective once you're done with the exam and the evaluation, is thanks so much for attending our class. I hope you learned something from us. I hope it was of value to you. And you are now my Facebook friend, so stay in touch. And we will continue to chat as, for years to come if you'd like to. That's fine. I like to be the mentor of my students, so please proceed. Yes, yes, on your project 3, I think I have everybody's except Chang Rock, and I understand that yours is too big for email. Most people either put theirs on YouTube or they put it on Google Docs or something like that where I could download it. So if you need some help, one of your classmates could help you do that, because I think everybody else successfully did one or the other. They put it on YouTube or they put it on either Google Docs or something like that, and that should work for you. So get some help in getting your video uploaded, please. I think, as I said, I think I have everybody else's. Okay, again, thank you, and good luck with your exam, and I will stay online while you're doing that.